in case we want to convert this into the exception handling topic, right? So I'm going to copy this, and what I will do, I will be giving a demo for exception handling, Selenium exception handling demo. Select the main method. So far the stale element and all the 10 common exceptions topic is done, and now we are going to learn the Selenium exception handling demo. So how to do that? Either you can leave the code to throw the exception, that is one way. Leave the code to throw the exception. So some of the experts in automation will think like the exception will be anyway throwing the message into the console logs, and that problem we can able to easily observe. So we don't need to throw any exception. But most of the people like they will handle it using the try and catch blocks. So in the catch block, we will be printing that exception message into the any log4j logs or the extent reports, and in the automation framework we will be handling that. So you can use the try or catch block in order to handle these exceptions. So if you are not using any try and catch block, this exception message will go to the console anyway, and we don't need to do anything. But if you want to do the try and catch block in this demo, I am going to show that. So here what I will do, first of all I will put the try block. So in the try block I need to write the actual code, and we also need to have a catch block. So catch block, we can give a generic exception, which is the parent exception, or you can also give the specific exception. In this case, tail element reference exception is coming. So we can write multiple exceptions also here. So tail element reference exception, E I can specify, and exception. So we have to import this. So this reinitializing code I am going to remove now. So this code will be currently throwing the no such element exception, and it should be handled in the catch block. So this code we already seen like stale element reference exception will happen, and whenever it happens we have to handle it here, reinitialize the web element using driver.find element, and this driver it is throwing an error here. So we have to put this first line outside the try block. So creating the browser instance, we have to create it outside. So this driver is gone, and we have to put web element here one more time. This try block is a different block, and remove the line from try block. So we have already put it outside, so no need to put inside also. So this web element is already defined in the try block, but catch block is a different block. Again, we have to put the web element, and we are reinitializing the web element one more time, and it will be printing on the console. So now the code will be resolved, right? So we have reinitialized the variable, and stale element reference exception will be solved, and now we need to also quit the browser. So here the exception thrown and this line of code did not execute. So what I can do, in the try catch there is a finally concept, so we can use the finally, and the finally will be always executed, and the try and catch blocks will be executed only when exception happens. So stale element is the specific exception executed only when stale element reference exception happens. So this catch block will execute only when stale element reference exception happen, and this will be generic exception. It will handle all the other exceptions. So finally the browser will be quit, and this code should work now, because the exception handling I put in the catch block, and then the finally block we are executing. Now run as Java application. So this is working as expected. So using the try, catch, and finally blocks, we have resolved this problem successfully. And we will also see one more demo for this exception handling. So let me create one more demo. Create a new class, Selenium exception handling demo 2 I am giving. So I will give a different example and let's see that. So let's go to any one of the case. So I'm taking this invalid selector case. So let's copy this complete code, copy this and go to the Selenium exception handling demo 2. And here I'm going to write the try catch block one more time, put the try block and put the code and catch block. I'm not taking any specific exception. You can take a specific exception also and also write the exception class. Two catch blocks you can write, that is fine. I'm going to write only one catch block and one finally block. I'm going to write these two things. And here what I will do, this WebDriver, let me place it outside the try block. And this driver.quit I will be putting into the finally block. So whether the exception happen or doesn't happen, the finally will be always executed. So the driver will be quit finally. And in this case, it will be going to throw this invalid selector exception. So in the catch block, I need to write e dot print stack trace. So this will be printing whatever exception messages, complete message it will print on the console. So even if you did not put the try or catch anything, this is anyway going to print as the complete message. So that I am again trying it using the e dot print stack trace. So here again it is completely throwing this message and all these lines of code in red color it is coming. So now what I will do, I will be commenting this code and write like sysout control space system.out.println e dot get class dot toString. So what it will be doing, this invalid selector exception is a class, Java class. So whatever exception is thrown, the class name will be coming into this get class method and it is converted into the string format and that I am printing on the console. So let me execute it, run as Java application. So the class name is org openqa selenium dot invalid selector exception. So whatever I am expecting that is coming, and you can also print one more thing. Sysout control space e dot get message. There is one more method called get message. That get message will be retrieving the complete message whatever is coming on the console earlier. If I run it one more time, run as Java application. Again, the invalid selector exception will happen. You can see this is coming from the get class method and this invalid selector and all this is coming because of the other method, the message. So these two messages you can use in order to pass your exception class and exception message into the log4j or the extend report or allure report into your project. So whenever you are automating, you are handling the exception. So the exception message you need to put into your logs, right? At that time, here I am not demonstrating the framework, right? Here I am demoing how to handle the exception. So in the catch block, I am writing this line of code to print on the console. So the same message you can send into your automation framework, log4j or any report. Based on your project need, you can do that. And in case you are not doing this also, at least print it on the console logs. Run as Java application. The print stack trace will be printing everything on the console. So completely it will print. So here you can see the first line is the class name and this is the message. So this is the complete message and this is the class hierarchy. So where the problem is happening, it is happening at Selenium exception handling demo2 dot main method at line number 22. If I click on it, it will highlight where the problem is happening. So here the problem is happening. So this way we can handle the exceptions. So using the try catch block, you can handle, and you can use this get class and get message method, and this print stack trace is not required most of the times. These two should be enough. This is having the class name for the exception. This is having the actual message, and every property will be retrieving. So what is the driver capabilities? Everything it is coming, right? So here you can see like the driver capabilities and what is the browser and browser version, complete information, everything, user directory, every information is coming here. So the platform is Windows. So whatever information we need, everything is coming into this. So this is the message part, this is the class part. So this way you can handle, or you can also use the print stack trace. And some projects, the standard is like they will not use any try catch block. They think like it is complicating the project, and they simply throw the exception directly on the console, and it will also be captured in the screenshots also, showing like this is the exception that happened, and that way they will try to debug and fix the code if any real problem is there. It can be a bug also, or it can be a development code change and the functionality got changed also. Maybe any problem can be there. So this is the way to handle the exceptions, and these are the 10 common exceptions. So I have discussed each of them, and the Selenium exception hierarchy is also important. So what are the common exceptions you have encountered? It's a frequently asked interview question, and you can go through this and understand it better. Try to practice it, and you can say like these are the common exceptions I observed. Maybe three or four you can say like no such element exception is one thing, and this no alert and no frame. These are simple ones. So you can say like this tail element reference exception is also an interesting exception. Generally, like directly, the interviewer generally asks this question also. So try to understand, and you can convey it in the interviews. So that's it about this session on Selenium exception.